grade ones. I'm back with another one of my favorite stories, and this one is called Guess What I Found in Dragonwood. And this story is written by Timothy Knapman and Gwen Millward. Guess what I found in Dragonwood? You'll never guess what I found the other day. Apparently, it's called a Benjamin. I didn't know what to do with it, so I took it home to show my parents. Mom thought it might want to eat something, so she cooked it a delicious meal with all the punkiest fish and the rankiest, mankiest worms. But it turned out it wasn't hungry. Can the Benjamin sleep in my room tonight, Mom? I asked. I don't know if he's ever slept in a bed before, said Mom. But he does look very tired. So I gave it some pajamas, and guess what? Its feet weren't stripy at all. The next morning, I took it to meet my friends. We're going to school, I said. Today we're going to learn how to sit on a volcano. The Benjamin didn't look very keen. Perhaps there aren't any schools where it comes from. The moment he saw the Benjamin, Mr. Crockface said volcano sitting class was canceled. After all, you don't come across a Benjamin every day of the week. And we were bound to learn something from something so strange. And the Benjamin was very strange. It got around without wings. It had soft, sticky out stuff on its head. Oops. Where had all its scales gone? Its claws were blunt. Its tail had dropped off, and no wonder its roar was more like a squeak. And instead of breathing fire from its nostrils, it could only leak water from its eyes. It said, "This is called a tear. It's a sad thing." You see, it turned out that the Benjamin was homesick. He told us all about the faraway, magical land he came from, a land full of Benjamins. Can you imagine it? They think dragons are story stuff and make-believe. So, I said, you don't fly, you don't roar, you don't breathe fire. What do you do? I know. Looks silly, doesn't it? Apparently, it's called football, or we would call it soccer. The Benjamins promised it would be fantastic, and it was. Although you're not supposed to fly in the penalty area, or eat the ball, or burn down the goalposts. So many things to remember. We had an awfully nice afternoon, but when I said it was time to go home, the Benjamin looked like he was going to leak again. You miss your mummy and your daddy, don't you? I said. And the Benjamin nodded. I'll miss you, I said, but I knew it was time for him to go. Besides, I really wanted to see the land of Benjamins. I asked my friends if they'd like to come with us, but I think they were all too scared. I was a little bit anxious myself. I'd only ever met one Benjamin, so I didn't know how I'd cope with a whole country full of them. But the Benjamin was so happy to be going home, I couldn't help smiling. It was an awfully long way, far, far across seas. But it was just as beautiful as he said it would be. Mind you, The Benjamins have a funny way of saying hello. When I got back home, I told all my friends about the wheel boxes with wow noises and the whip whip whirly birds with flash lamps. They were very excited. Do you see what he's talking about? Will you ever go back there? They asked. Of course, I said. The Benjamin wants to take me to school to meet his teacher. Or was that eat his teacher? I wasn't quite sure. Gotta go now. Football practice. I really like that story because it shows us that things look a lot different from someone else's perspective. So things that are really familiar to us that we know really well look different or seem different to people that have never seen them before. So it's interesting to kind of flip around the way that we think about things like that. Thanks for joining me for another read aloud. See you later.